Dawn unfurls over the Maasai Mara like a golden tapestry, illuminating the vast, undulating plains with a light so pure it seems to awaken the very soul of Africa. The horizon glows with promise, and as the first rays of sunlight pierce the lingering mist, the savannah stirs to life. This is a land where every heartbeat is a gamble, and every shadow could conceal a story of survival or loss. The awakening is subtle, yet profound. Wildebeest and zebra, the great migrators of the Mara, rise from their nighttime rest, muscles taut and senses sharpened. Their bodies, honed by generations of relentless movement, are built for endurance, each sinew a testament to the epic journeys they undertake across these plains. The air is alive with the soft rustle of hooves and the low murmurs of herds, a symphony of anticipation and caution. Acacia trees, their umbrella-shaped canopies etched against the sky, stand as ancient guardians. Beneath their branches, birds greet the dawn with melodic calls, while small mammals scurry in the undergrowth, ever wary of the dangers that lurk nearby. The crisp morning air carries the scent of earth and dew, mingling with the subtle musk of animals, an olfactory map of the night's events. In the tall, whispering grasses, secrets are kept and destinies decided. Shadows ripple with the movement of unseen creatures, sometimes a grazing antelope, sometimes a stalking lioness. Here, camouflage is both art and necessity. The golden coats of predators blend seamlessly with the sunlit grass, while the stripes and patterns of prey disrupt their outlines, making them harder to single out. For the herbivores, every mouthful of grass is a calculated risk. Wildebeest and zebra graze in loose formations, their heads bobbing up and down as they alternate between feeding and scanning for danger. Their large, sensitive ears swivel independently, picking up the faintest rustle or distant roar. Evolution has gifted them with panoramic vision and lightning-fast reflexes, tools essential for survival in this unforgiving arena. For the predators, the early hours are a fleeting window of opportunity. Lions, cheetahs and leopards emerge from the shadows, their bodies low and movements deliberate. The cool air masks their scent, and the low light offers precious concealment. Each species has evolved its own hunting strategy. Lions rely on teamwork and brute force, cheetahs on explosive speed, and leopards on stealth and ambush. The Mara is their hunting ground, and every hunt is a test of skill, patience, and timing. The tension is palpable. Every rustle in the grass, every distant alarm call sends a ripple of alertness through the herds. Antelope freeze mid-step, nostrils flaring, ready to bolt at the slightest hint of danger. This hypervigilance is not paranoia. It is the product of millennia of natural selection, where only the most alert survive to pass on their genes. The savannah is a living stage, and every day brings new dramas. Alliances are forged in the face of danger. Zebra and wildebeest often graze together, their combined senses offering greater protection. Mothers shield their young, and the old or infirm linger at the edges, more vulnerable to predation. The balance is delicate, and a single misstep can tip the scales from safety to peril. Hunters must be masters of their craft. A lioness signals her pride with a barely perceptible flick of her tail, coordinating a silent approach. A cheetah calculates the distance to its quarry, muscles coiled like springs. Success depends on a blend of strength, strategy, and the element of surprise. Even the most skilled predator fails more often than it succeeds, nature's way of ensuring the survival of both hunter and hunted. When the chase begins, the savannah erupts in a burst of energy. Gazelles and antelope leap and zigzag, their movements unpredictable, designed to throw off their pursuers. Wildebeest stampede in a blur of dust and muscle, the ground trembling beneath their hooves. For the prey, survival is a race against time and terror, where only the swiftest and most agile escape. The eternal conflict between hunter and hunted has shaped every aspect of life in the Maasai Mara, from the keen eyesight of eagles to the cryptic coloration of hares. Each adaptation is a response to the relentless pressures of predation. Behavioral strategies, like the synchronized carving of wildebeest, which overwhelms predators with sheer numbers, are as vital as physical traits. Even the social structures of herds and prides are moulded by the need to outwit rivals and evade danger. As the sun climbs higher, the landscape transforms. The golden light gives way to the harsh glare of midday, and the advantage of stealth fades. Predators retreat to the shade, licking wounds and conserving energy for the next opportunity. Grazers venture further afield, seeking water and fresh pasture, their vigilance never wavering. The cycle of life continues in a seamless flow. Grazers feed, predators rest, and scavengers like vultures and hyenas bide their time, ever watchful for the chance to claim a meal. Nothing is wasted in the Mara. Every life lost sustains another, and every death is woven into the fabric of renewal. This intricate web of relationships ensures the health and resilience of the ecosystem. In the Maasai Mara, the dance of hunter and hunted is both ancient and eternal. It is a world of breathtaking beauty and raw power, where every moment is a testament to the ingenuity and resilience of life. Beneath the endless African sky, the drama unfolds, unbroken, unyielding, and utterly captivating. Here, nature's greatest stories are written in the tracks of predators and the flight of prey, in the courage of the hunted and the cunning of the hunter. And as the day marches on, the cycle begins anew, a living legacy of survival and adaptation on one of Earth's most magnificent stages. When we think of scavengers in the Maasai Mara, the image that often comes to mind is that of the spotted hyena skulking in the shadows, waiting for scraps left behind by more noble predators. But this reputation is both misleading and incomplete. The Maasai Mara is home to a diverse community of scavenger species, each playing a vital role in the ecosystem's intricate web of life. From the powerful hyena to the sharp-eyed vulture, the opportunistic jackal and the imposing marabou stork, these animals are nature's clean-up crew, engineers of balance and health on the savannah. The spotted hyena, Crocuta, is perhaps the most misunderstood of all. Far from being a mere scavenger, scientific studies have shown that up to 70% of their diet comes from their own kills. Hyenas are formidable hunters, capable of taking down wildebeest, zebra, and even buffalo calves. Their hunting success is a testament to their intelligence, stamina, and social cooperation. But their role as scavengers is equally important. By consuming what others leave behind, hyenas prevent the spread of disease and recycle nutrients back into the soil, supporting the health of the entire ecosystem. Hyenas possess one of the most powerful bites in the animal kingdom, capable of crushing bones with ease. Their highly acidic stomachs allow them to digest not just flesh, but also bone, horn, and hooves, parts of the carcass that most other predators cannot utilize. This remarkable adaptation means that almost nothing goes to waste. Vultures, with their bald heads and razor-sharp beaks, are equally specialized. Species like the Ruppel's griffon and the lappet-faced vulture can spot a carcass from kilometers away, descending in swirling flocks to strip it clean within minutes. Marabou storks, sometimes called undertakers of the savannah, are less picky, consuming everything from carrion to small mammals, and even refuse left by humans. Social dynamics among scavengers are complex and fascinating. Hyenas live in matriarchal clans, sometimes numbering over 80 individuals. The dominant female leads, and every member has a role, whether it's hunting, defending territory, or caring for young. Vultures, though less social, often gather in large numbers at a kill, forming a strict pecking order based on size and aggression. Jackals, meanwhile, are masters of opportunism, using cunning and speed to snatch morsels from under the noses of larger competitors. Marabou storks, with their imposing size, often intimidate smaller scavengers, but even they must yield to the hyena's power. The endurance and adaptability of these scavengers are legendary. Hyenas can run for miles, wearing down their prey with relentless pursuit. Vultures ride thermals for hours, covering vast distances in search of food. Jackals and storks exploit every opportunity, from abandoned kills to the aftermath of river crossings during the Great Migration. Each species has evolved unique strategies to survive in a landscape where competition is fierce and resources are unpredictable. Scientific research has revealed the remarkable intelligence and communication skills of these animals. Hyenas use a complex system of vocalizations, postures and scent markings to coordinate hunts and maintain social bonds. Vultures communicate through body language and calls, signaling the presence of food to others. Jackals use high-pitched yips and howls to alert family members to a fresh find. These behaviors are not just fascinating, they are essential for survival in the Mara's ever-changing environment. Failure is a common thread in the lives of scavengers. A hyena's hunt may end in defeat, a vulture may arrive too late, and a jackal may be chased off by a larger rival. Yet each setback is a lesson, shaping the behavior and strategies of these remarkable animals. Over time, this constant trial and error ensures that only the most adaptable and resourceful individuals thrive. The intelligence and adaptability of scavengers are often underestimated. Hyenas have been observed solving complex problems, using tools, and even outwitting lions to steal food. Vultures remember the locations of reliable food sources and can recognize individual humans. Jackals form lifelong pairs and teach their young the art of survival. Marabou storks, with their keen eyesight and patience, exploit every niche, from riverbanks to rubbish dumps. In the grand tapestry of the Maasai Mara, scavengers are not merely the cleaners, they are architects of balance, resilience and renewal. Their presence ensures that life and death are inextricably linked, that nothing is wasted, and that the cycle of nature continues unbroken. The next time you see a hyena, a vulture, or a jackal on the plains, remember, these are not just scavengers. They are the unsung heroes of the wild, shaping the destiny of one of the world's most extraordinary ecosystems, one meal at a time. In the heart of East Africa's acacia woodlands, two remarkable herbivores quietly shape the ecosystem, the reticulated giraffe and the Gerenuk. The reticulated giraffe, with its striking geometric coat and towering stature, is one of the tallest land animals on Earth, reaching heights of up to 18 feet. This gentle giant is not only a symbol of the African savanna, but also a keystone species whose presence influences the entire landscape. The giraffe's long, powerful legs and neck are evolutionary marvels, allowing it to browse foliage high above the reach of other herbivores. Its prehensile dark tongue, measuring up to 18 inches, acts like a dexterous tool, skillfully stripping leaves from thorny acacia branches. This adaptation not only gives the giraffe access to a unique food source, but also helps control the growth of acacia trees, shaping the woodland structure and promoting biodiversity. The giraffe's tongue and lips are tough and leathery, protecting it from the acacia's sharp thorns. Its unique circulatory system, including a powerful heart and specialized blood vessels, prevents fainting when it lowers its head to drink or graze. Socially, giraffes form loose, ever-changing groups, communicating through infrasonic sounds and subtle body language. The giraffe's distinctive coat, with its intricate network of white lines and rich chestnut patches, provides camouflage in the dappled light of the savannah. Each giraffe's pattern is unique, much like a human fingerprint, and helps calves hide from predators during their vulnerable early months. Sharing this arid landscape is the Gerenuk, sometimes called the giraffe gazelle for its elongated neck and legs. The Gerenuk is a master of adaptation, thriving in dry bushland where few other antelopes can survive. Its slender build and large eyes give it an alert, almost delicate appearance, but beneath this lies a highly specialized browser. Unlike most antelopes, the Gerenuk regularly stands upright on its hind legs, using its forelegs to balance as it stretches for leaves and shoots well above ground level. This unique behavior allows it to access food sources that are out of reach for other herbivores, reducing competition and enabling it to survive in areas with sparse vegetation. Both the giraffe and the Gerenuk are supremely adapted to arid environments. They obtain most of their moisture from the leaves they consume, rarely needing to drink water directly. This adaptation is crucial for survival in regions where water is scarce and temperatures soar. Their specialized feeding strategies not only minimize competition, but also play a vital ecological role. By browsing at different heights and on different plant species, they help maintain plant diversity and prevent any single species from dominating the landscape. The reticulated giraffe and the Gerenuk exemplify the extraordinary diversity of survival strategies found in Africa's wild places. Their presence supports a web of life from the smallest insects to the largest predators, and their continued survival is essential for the health of the ecosystem. Through their unique adaptations and fascinating behaviors, these two species remind us of the intricate balance and beauty of the natural world. In the vast golden grasslands of the Maasai Mara, where every creature has carved out a niche in the intricate web of life, two remarkable residents quietly shape the ecosystem, each in their own extraordinary way. The bat-eared fox, with its unmistakable oversized ears, is a master of adaptation and subtlety. These enormous ears are not just for show, they serve as highly sensitive radar dishes capable of detecting the faintest rustle of termites and beetles beneath the earth. With hearing so acute, the bat-eared fox can pinpoint prey hidden underground, making it a specialist insectivore in a land where competition for food is fierce. Unlike many other canids, the bat-eared fox's diet is dominated by insects, especially termites and ants. This unique preference reduces direct competition with jackals and other predators, allowing the fox to thrive where others might struggle. But their ecological role goes even deeper. By consuming vast numbers of insects, they help regulate populations that could otherwise damage the grassland ecosystem. Socially, the bat-eared fox is equally fascinating. Family groups are tightly knit, and in a rare twist for wild canids, it is often the male who stands guard at the den, vigilantly protecting the young while the female forages. This remarkable display of paternal care ensures the survival of the next generation and strengthens the family bond. Sharing this landscape is another icon of adaptation, the African hornbill. Instantly recognizable by its striking bill and prominent casque, the hornbill is a symbol of both beauty and ingenuity, but it is their nesting behavior that truly sets them apart. When it's time to breed, the female hornbill enters a tree cavity and seals herself inside with a wall of mud, droppings and fruit pulp, leaving only a narrow slit through which the male delivers food. This extraordinary strategy protects the female and her chicks from predators, parasites, and the harsh savanna climate. The hornbill's cooperative parenting is a marvel of nature. The male tirelessly gathers food, sometimes travelling great distances, and passes it through the slit to his mate and their growing chicks. This partnership is a testament to the power of cooperation in the wild, ensuring the survival of their vulnerable offspring. Both the bat-eared fox and the hornbill play vital roles in the Maasai Mara's ecosystem. The fox, by controlling insect populations, helps maintain the delicate balance of the grasslands. The hornbill, as a seed disperser and insect predator, contributes to the health and regeneration of the savanna's trees and shrubs. While they may not interact directly, their lives are intertwined through the ecosystem they help sustain. The bat-eared fox and the hornbill are living proof that survival in the savanna is not just about strength or speed, but about adaptation, cooperation, and the subtle art of balance. In the grand tapestry of the Maasai Mara, these two species remind us that even the smallest players can have the greatest impact, each one a vital thread in nature's enduring drama. The rivers of the Maasai Mara are vibrant arteries of life, supporting a remarkable diversity of creatures. Among the most fascinating inhabitants are the agile Nile monitor and the mighty hippopotamus, each uniquely adapted to thrive in this dynamic ecosystem. The Nile monitor, Africa's largest lizard, is a master of versatility. Found along riverbanks, floodplains, and even in nearby woodlands, this reptile is equally at home on land, in water, and among the trees. Its muscular body and powerful tail make it an adept swimmer, while its sharp claws and keen senses allow it to climb with ease and hunt a wide variety of prey. Nile monitors are opportunistic predators and scavengers. Their diet includes fish, amphibians, insects, birds, eggs, and even small mammals. They are notorious nest raiders, often targeting the eggs of ground-nesting birds and crocodiles. This behavior not only sustains the monitor, but also influences the population dynamics of other riverine species. Sharing these waters is the hippopotamus, one of Africa's most iconic and formidable mammals. Despite their bulk, adults can weigh over 3,000 kilograms. Hippos are surprisingly agile, capable of running swiftly on land and moving gracefully through water. Their semi-aquatic lifestyle is essential for regulating their body temperature and protecting their sensitive skin from the harsh African sun. Hippos spend most daylight hours submerged, with only their eyes, ears and nostrils visible above the surface. As dusk falls, they leave the safety of the water to graze on grasses, sometimes travelling several kilometres in a single night. Their grazing shapes the landscape, creating pathways and influencing plant growth along the riverbanks. Despite their seemingly placid demeanour, hippos are among Africa's most dangerous animals. They are fiercely territorial, especially in the water, and will aggressively defend their space from intruders, including other hippos. Mothers are particularly protective of their calves, forming tight-knit groups to shield the young from predators such as crocodiles and lions. The interactions between Nile monitors, hippos and other river dwellers are complex and vital to the health of the ecosystem. Nile monitors may scavenge remains left by hippos, while birds often perch on hippos' backs, feeding on parasites. These relationships, both competitive and symbiotic, help maintain the delicate balance of life along the Maasai Mara's waterways. Together, the Nile monitor and the hippopotamus exemplify the power, adaptability, and interconnectedness of Africa's river ecosystems. Their presence shapes the environment, influences countless other species, and reminds us of the intricate web of life that thrives in the heart of the Maasai Mara. In the heart of Africa's Rift Valley, where the air shimmers above vast mineral-rich lakes, a breathtaking spectacle unfolds each year. Here tens of thousands of flamingos gather, painting the shoreline in vibrant shades of pink, a living mosaic that seems to pulse with life and colour. The flamingo's iconic hue is no accident. Their brilliant pink feathers are the result of carotenoid pigments, absorbed from a diet rich in blue-green algae and tiny crustaceans. As they sweep their curved bills through the shallows, they filter out these microscopic morsels, transforming the lake's bounty into a dazzling display of colour. Their bills are marvels of evolution, specially adapted to separate food from silt and water. With each rhythmic sweep, flamingos filter up to 20 beakfuls a minute, thriving in caustic, alkaline waters where few other creatures dare to venture. But it's not just their feeding that captivates. Flamingos are deeply social, their lives choreographed in perfect harmony. During courtship, hundreds perform synchronized dances, heads bobbing, wings flashing, each movement strengthening bonds and signaling readiness to mate. When the time comes, flamingos build their nests, sturdy mounds of mud raised above the lake's surface. These elevated platforms protect precious eggs from the searing heat and sudden floods, a testament to the ingenuity of these remarkable birds. Both parents share the responsibility of nurturing their chick, feeding it with a unique, nutrient-rich crop milk. This vital sustenance, produced in their digestive tracts, ensures the chick's rapid growth in its earliest days. The colony is a fortress of community. Flamingos huddle together for warmth, protection, and companionship. Their constant communication, an orchestra of honks and grunts, reinforces social bonds and helps parents find their chicks among the throng. Yet this delicate balance faces mounting threats. Climate change, pollution and water extraction are shrinking the alkaline lakes that flamingos depend on. As their habitats dwindle, so too does the future of these extraordinary birds. Conservation efforts are underway, scientists and local communities working together to protect these wetlands and ensure that flamingos continue to grace the landscape for generations to come. The flamingo is more than a symbol of beauty. It is a testament to resilience, adaptation, and the power of community. In their presence, the wetlands are transformed, a living canvas, ever-changing and alive with colour and hope. Welcome to Big Major Cay, a sun-drenched jewel in the exhumer chain of the Bahamas, better known to the world as Pig Beach. Here, on this uninhabited island, a most unlikely cast of characters has taken centre stage, a thriving herd of feral pigs, living out their days in a tropical paradise that seems almost too whimsical to be real. But how did these pigs end up here, frolicking in the surf and basking on the sand? The origins of the swimming pigs are steeped in legend and local lore. Some say sailors left them behind decades ago, intending to return and cook them, but never did. Others believe the pigs swam ashore from a shipwreck or were brought here to attract tourists. Whatever the truth, these resourceful animals have made the island their own, adapting with remarkable intelligence and flair. Each day on Pig Beach begins with the sun rising over crystal-clear waters, and the pigs, ranging from tiny piglets to hefty adults, emerging from the shade of palm trees. Their morning routine is a blend of foraging and fun. They root around for coconuts, dig up edible roots and wallow in the cool shallows to escape the heat. Their snouts are always busy and their curiosity knows no bounds. Social life among the pigs is lively and surprisingly complex. A clear hierarchy governs the herd, with dominant pigs strutting confidently to claim the best food and the shadiest spots. Younger pigs learn the ropes by watching their elders, and playful chases or gentle nudges are all part of the daily drama. But the pigs' most famous talent is their love of swimming. When boats approach, the pigs wade eagerly into the turquoise sea, paddling out to greet visitors with snouts held high and tails wagging. Tourists are delighted by the spectacle, snapping photos and offering treats, though the pigs have learned to be discerning, often favouring fruits and vegetables over processed snacks. Human visitors now play a vital role in the pig's survival, providing fresh water, supplemental food, and even veterinary care. Life on Pig Beach is not without its challenges. Occasional storms, competition for resources, and the ever-present need for fresh water, but the pigs have adapted with remarkable resilience. Their days are filled with sunbathing, swimming and socializing, while their nights are spent nestled in sandy hollows beneath the stars. For the thousands of tourists who visit each year, the swimming pigs are a highlight of any Bahamian adventure. Visitors marvel at their playful antics, snap selfies with their new porcine friends, and leave with stories of a truly unique encounter. The pigs, in turn, have become ambassadors for the Bahamas, symbols of adaptability, charm, and the magic that can be found in the most unexpected places. So, whether you believe the legends or simply enjoy the spectacle, one thing is certain: the swimming pigs of the Bahamas are living proof that paradise can be found in the most surprising forms, and that sometimes the wildest stories are the ones that come to life before your very eyes. Beneath the sunlit surface of Pig Beach's crystalline waters lies a world teeming with life. An intricate, bustling metropolis where every crevice and coral head shelters a story of survival and adaptation. The reef is not just a backdrop for the famous swimming pigs. It is a living tapestry woven from countless species, each uniquely adapted to thrive in this underwater paradise. Here, the South American stingray glides silently over the sandy sea floor, its flat body perfectly camouflaged against predators and prey alike. Using specialized bioelectric sensors, it detects the faintest movements of hidden crustaceans and mollusks, striking with precision and speed. This master of disguise is both hunter and guardian, helping to regulate populations of small invertebrates and maintain the delicate balance of the reef ecosystem. Nearby, green sea turtles glide with effortless grace, their powerful flippers propelling them through the water as they graze on lush seagrass meadows. These ancient mariners are vital to the reef's health, trimming seagrass beds and preventing overgrowth that could smother coral. Sometimes they drift alongside jellyfish, demonstrating a remarkable tolerance and even feeding on these gelatinous drifters. Their gentle presence is a reminder of the reef's ancient lineage and the interconnectedness of all its inhabitants. In the nooks and crannies of the coral, schools of yellowtail snapper flash like living jewels, darting in synchronized movements to evade predators. These agile fish play a crucial role as the reef's cleaners, feeding on algae and detritus that might otherwise overwhelm the coral. Their constant activity helps maintain the clarity of the water and the health of the reef, supporting a vibrant community of sponges, anemones, and countless other species. But the diversity of the reef extends far beyond these familiar faces. Hidden among the coral branches, tiny cleaner shrimp wave their antennae, offering their services to passing fish in a delicate dance of mutual benefit. Colourful parrotfish grind away at dead coral, recycling it into fine sand and opening space for new coral growth. Octopuses, masters of disguise, slip silently between rocks, changing colour and texture to blend seamlessly with their surroundings. Each inhabitant, from the smallest plankton to the largest predator, fills a unique niche. The stingray controls populations of crustaceans, the snapper keeps algae in check, and the turtle maintains the seagrass beds. Even the seemingly insignificant creatures, worms, snails, and tiny crabs, play their part in breaking down organic matter and cycling nutrients. Together, these hidden inhabitants form a complex, interdependent web of life. Their survival strategies: camouflage, symbiosis, specialized feeding, and intricate social behaviors are the result of millions of years of evolution. The reef's health depends on this diversity, and its beauty lies in the harmony of its many voices. As we peer beneath the surface, we are reminded that the reef is more than just a scenic wonder. It is a living, breathing community where every creature, no matter how small, plays a vital role in sustaining the whole. The hidden inhabitants of the reef invite us to look closer, to appreciate the complexity and resilience of nature, and to protect these fragile ecosystems for generations to come. From the vast golden plains of the Maasai Mara, where herds of wildebeest migrate in a timeless rhythm beneath the ancient acacia trees, to the sun-drenched shores of the Bahamas, nature presents us with a living tapestry, one woven from countless threads of life, each dependent on the others for survival. This interconnectedness is not merely poetic, it is the foundation of all ecological systems, a principle that underpins the very fabric of our planet. Ecologists describe this phenomenon as the web of life, a complex network of relationships where every organism, from the mightiest elephant to the tiniest microbe, plays a role in maintaining balance. The Maasai Mara's wildebeest, for example, are not just grazers. Their annual migration shapes the landscape, fertilizes the soil, and provides food for predators and scavengers alike. In the Bahamas, the coral reefs act as nurseries for countless marine species, their health intricately linked to the creatures that inhabit and maintain them. Consider the hyena, whose powerful jaws break down bones, recycling nutrients back into the ecosystem, or the bee, whose pollination is essential for the reproduction of flowering plants, a process that supports entire food chains, including our own. Even the invisible bacteria in the soil form symbiotic relationships with plant roots, enabling the growth of forests and grasslands. Each of these interactions, though seemingly small, is a vital link in the chain of life. Evolution has sculpted these relationships over millions of years, resulting in remarkable adaptations. The hyena's formidable bite, the giraffe's elongated neck, the bee's specialized body for carrying pollen. Each trait is a testament to nature's ingenuity, honed for survival and for the benefit of the broader community. These adaptations are not isolated. They are responses to the pressures and opportunities presented by other species, a dance of coevolution that binds all life together. In every ecosystem, balance is paramount. Predators like lions regulate the numbers of herbivores, preventing overgrazing and allowing vegetation to recover. Elephants, with their immense appetites, open up forests and grasslands, creating habitats for other species and dispersing seeds as they travel. This dynamic equilibrium ensures that no single species dominates, and that resources are shared in a way that sustains the whole. To minimize competition, species have evolved to occupy different niches, feeding at different times, in different places, or on different foods. Birds may forage in the treetops while antelope graze below. Some animals are active by day, others by night. This partitioning of resources is a subtle yet profound example of how life organizes itself to maximize diversity and resilience. On Pig Beach, the pigs have adapted to a life between land and sea, foraging along the shoreline and swimming in the crystal-clear waters. Their presence, though unusual, has created new interactions with both the environment and with humans, demonstrating how species can carve out unique roles in unexpected places. Beneath the waves, stingrays glide gracefully over the sandy bottom, stirring up nutrients that feed smaller fish and invertebrates. This simple act of movement triggers a cascade of effects, supporting a vibrant community of marine life. Above the reefs, snappers school in dazzling formations, their presence helping to maintain the balance of predator and prey. The coral itself is a marvel of symbiosis, tiny polyps hosting algae that provide energy through photosynthesis, a partnership that forms the backbone of the entire reef ecosystem. Every action, no matter how small, sends ripples through the web of life. When a bee pollinates a flower, when a lion makes a kill, when a tree falls in the forest, each event alters the flow of energy and nutrients, creating a network of stability and resilience that supports all living things. This is the essence of ecological interdependence, the recognition that nothing exists in isolation. Yet, this balance is fragile. When even a single species disappears, the effects can be profound and far-reaching. The extinction of the passenger pigeon, once the most numerous bird in North America, led to changes in forest composition and the loss of vital ecological functions. The absence of a keystone species can unravel entire ecosystems, threatening the survival of many others. These fragile systems remind us how easily the threads of life can unravel, especially in the face of habitat loss, climate change, and human activity. The destruction of forests, the bleaching of coral reefs, the drying of wetlands, each represents a tear in the fabric of life, a loss not just for nature but for ourselves. But there is hope. By protecting these animals and their habitats, by restoring degraded ecosystems and supporting sustainable practices, we can help maintain the planet's delicate balance. Conservation is not just about saving individual species. It is about preserving the intricate web of relationships that sustains all life, including our own. Scientists, conservationists, and indigenous communities around the world are working together to deepen our understanding of these connections. Their efforts remind us that we are not separate from nature, but a part of it, bound by the same laws, reliant on the same resources, and responsible for the same future. Philosophers have long pondered our place in the natural world. The realization of interconnectedness invites humility, gratitude, and a sense of stewardship. It challenges us to see beyond ourselves, to recognize the value of every living thing, and to act with wisdom and compassion. In the end, the story of life on Earth is a story of connection, of countless lives intertwined in a dance of mutual dependence and shared destiny. By honoring and protecting these connections, we ensure that the web of life continues to flourish, not just for ourselves, but for all generations yet to come. In the golden heart of the Maasai Mara, where the grasses ripple like an endless sea beneath the African sun, a shadow slips silently through the landscape. This is the domain of the cheetah, the fastest land animal on Earth and one of nature's most specialized hunters. With a body built for speed, the cheetah is a master of stealth and precision. Its slender frame, long legs and flexible spine allow it to accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just a few heartbeats. As dawn breaks across the savannah, a female cheetah crouches low in the grass, eyes locked on a herd of Thompson's gazelles grazing nearby. Every muscle is poised, every breath measured as she assesses her quarry. Expert biologists describe the cheetah's hunting strategy as a delicate balance of patience and explosive action. Unlike lions or hyenas, cheetahs rely on the element of surprise. The hunt begins with a slow, calculated stalk, each step blending seamlessly with the swaying grass, every movement concealed from the sharp eyes of prey. When the moment is right, the cheetah erupts into motion, a blur of spotted gold and black propelling itself with unmatched acceleration. The chase is short but intense, lasting mere seconds. The cheetah's semi-retractable claws grip the earth, providing traction, while its enlarged nasal passages flood its lungs with oxygen. The gazelle darts and weaves, but the cheetah's long tail acts as a rudder, allowing it to make split-second turns at breakneck speed. But speed comes at a price. The cheetah's sprint drains its energy reserves rapidly, and its slender frame lacks the strength to defend a kill from stronger predators. Even after a successful chase, the cheetah must eat quickly, ever watchful for lions, hyenas, or jackals that might steal its hard-won prize. Survival in the Maasai Mara demands more than just speed. Cheetahs face fierce competition, habitat loss, and the constant threat of injury. Yet their adaptations, keen eyesight, exceptional acceleration, and a solitary nature have allowed them to carve out a unique niche in this vast ecosystem. Wildlife experts note that each hunt is a gamble, a high-stakes test of skill and endurance. Only about half of all chases end in success. For the cheetah, every meal is a testament to resilience. A reminder that even the fastest creature on land is bound by the same rules of struggle and survival that govern all life in the wild. In these fleeting moments of pursuit, the cheetah's story becomes a living metaphor for the delicate balance of nature. A dance of risk and reward, loss and triumph, played out on the endless stage of the savannah. Beneath the surface of the savannah, hidden from the eyes of most predators and prey, lies a bustling metropolis, one of nature's most astonishing architectural feats. This is the realm of termites. To the casual observer, a termite mound might seem like nothing more than a pile of dirt, but these towering structures can reach heights of up to 30 feet and are the product of millions of tiny, tireless builders. Termite colonies are engineering marvels. Each mound is a complex labyrinth of tunnels, chambers and ventilation shafts, meticulously designed to regulate temperature and humidity in the harshest climates. Scientists have discovered that termites use a combination of saliva, soil and feces to construct their mounds, creating a material as strong as concrete. Within these walls, the colony thrives, led by a single queen who can lay thousands of eggs each day, ensuring the survival and growth of her vast family. But the marvels of the termite world extend far beyond their architecture. Termites play a crucial ecological role as decomposers. They break down tough plant fibers, recycling dead wood and organic matter into nutrients that enrich the soil. This process fuels the growth of grasses and trees, sustaining the entire ecosystem above. Interactions with other species are equally fascinating. Some animals, like aardvarks and anteaters, specialize in breaching termite mounds to feast on their inhabitants. Others, such as birds and reptiles, use abandoned mounds as safe havens for nesting. Even fungi have formed symbiotic relationships with certain termite species, thriving within the controlled environment of the mound. Despite their small size, termites are a cornerstone of their environment. Their relentless activity shapes landscapes, supports plant life, and provides food and shelter for countless creatures. In the grand interconnected web of life, the secret world of termites is a silent force, engineering, nurturing, and sustaining the savannah from below. As the golden sun slips quietly beneath the horizon, the Maasai Mara undergoes a breathtaking transformation. Daylight's warmth gives way to a cool, inky darkness, and the landscape is cloaked in shadows. The air buzzes with anticipation, a subtle shift that marks the awakening of the savannah's nocturnal realm. In this new world, predators emerge with silent purpose. Lions, the undisputed rulers of the night, move with a confidence born of generations. Their low, guttural roars ripple across the plains, signalling both territory and intent. Nearby, leopards prowl the edges of ancient acacia trees, their spotted coats nearly invisible under the moon's pale glow. Hyenas, ever opportunistic, cackle and call to one another, their haunting laughter echoing in the darkness. But the night is not only for hunters. Herds of wildebeest and zebras huddle together, their senses heightened, ears flicking at the slightest rustle. Tiny spring hares bound through the grasses, while bush babies leap from branch to branch in search of fruit and insects. The air is alive with sound, the rhythmic chorus of crickets, the distant hoot of an owl, the soft footfalls of a solitary aardvark on the hunt for termites. Above, the sky is ablaze with stars, unobscured by city lights, casting a silvery sheen over the rolling plains. Fireflies drift like tiny lanterns, adding a touch of magic to the darkness. Even the plants seem to breathe differently, their leaves glistening with dew under the watchful gaze of nocturnal pollinators. Night in the Maasai Mara is a world apart. A delicate balance of danger and serenity, of life unfolding under the cover of darkness. Here every sound tells a story, every shadow holds a secret, and the cycle of survival continues beneath the stars. As dawn breaks over the savannah, the Maasai Mara stirs with a spectacle unlike any other, the Great Migration. Each year, more than 1 million wildebeest, accompanied by hundreds of thousands of zebras and gazelles, embark on an epic journey across the vast plains of East Africa. Driven by the primal urge to survive, these herds travel over 1,800 miles in a never-ending search for fresh grazing grounds and life-sustaining water. The migration is a breathtaking display of endurance and instinct. The landscape itself becomes a living river of movement, hooves thundering, dust swirling, and bodies pressed shoulder to shoulder as far as the eye can see. But this journey is fraught with peril. Treacherous river crossings await, where crocodiles lie in ambush beneath murky waters, and the swift current claims the weak and unwary. On land, predators such as lions, cheetahs, and hyenas stalk the fringes, ever alert for an opportunity to strike. Yet, amid the chaos and danger, the migration plays a vital role in the ecosystem. As the herds move, they graze down tall grasses, encouraging new growth and nourishing the soil. Their passage disperses seeds and fertilizes the land, supporting a web of life that stretches beyond the horizon. For the wildebeest and their companions, the journey is a test of resilience, a cycle of hope and hardship that has shaped the savannah for millennia. To witness the Great Migration is to witness nature's raw power and remarkable interconnectedness, a living reminder that survival is a story written in every hoofbeat, every leap, and every daring dash across the rivers of destiny. Along the winding arteries of Africa's rivers, ancient guardians lie in wait, crocodiles, masters of patience and power. With armoured hides and eyes just above the waterline, these formidable reptiles have called the riverbanks home for over 200 million years, their presence a silent testament to the endurance of evolution. Crocodiles are apex predators, perfectly adapted to their aquatic domain. Motionless and nearly invisible beneath the surface, they watch and wait for the perfect moment. When a herd approaches the water's edge, drawn by thirst or the need to cross, the crocodile's ambush begins. With lightning speed it launches from the depths, jaws snapping shut with bone-crushing force, seizing its prey in a powerful grip. The infamous death roll follows, a spinning maneuver that disorients and drowns, ensuring the meal is claimed. But crocodiles are more than hunters. They are vital architects of the river ecosystem. As scavengers, they clean the waterways, consuming carrion and preventing the spread of disease. Their nesting habits shape the landscape. Females dig deep burrows in sandy banks, laying dozens of eggs each season. Fiercely protective, they guard their nests against predators, and when the hatchlings emerge, the mother gently carries them to the water in her jaws, a rare display of reptilian care. Young crocodiles face a perilous start, threatened by birds, fish, and even their own kind. Only a few will survive to adulthood, where they'll join the ranks of these ancient sentinels. Crocodiles share the riverbanks with countless creatures, hippos, birds, antelope and fish, each playing a role in the delicate balance of life. Their presence keeps populations in check, their actions shaping the flow of nutrients through the ecosystem. In the endless cycle of predator and prey, the crocodile stands as both a fearsome hunter and a guardian, ensuring the river's story continues season after season. Beneath the shimmering surface of tropical oceans lies a world as vibrant and complex as any found on land. The coral reefs, often called the rainforests of the sea. These underwater marvels are built by tiny architects, coral polyps, whose calcium carbonate skeletons form sprawling structures that can stretch for hundreds of miles. Though they cover less than 1% of the ocean floor, Coral reefs are home to an astonishing 25% of all marine life. Schools of brilliant fish weave through forests of branching coral, while moray eels, sea turtles and octopuses find shelter in the labyrinthine crevices. The biodiversity here is dazzling. From the neon flashes of parrotfish scraping algae from the coral, to the slow, graceful dance of sea anemones hosting clownfish, every species plays a vital role in the reef's delicate balance. Predators and prey, scavengers and builders, each interaction weaves a web of life that supports not just the reef but entire coastal communities. Yet these underwater rainforests face mounting threats. Rising ocean temperatures trigger coral bleaching, a stress response that can leave reefs ghostly white and vulnerable. Pollution, overfishing and destructive practices like dynamite fishing further erode these fragile systems. In just the past few decades, nearly half of the world's coral reefs have suffered significant decline. But hope glimmers beneath the waves. Around the globe, scientists, conservationists and local communities are rallying to protect and restore these vital habitats. Coral nurseries, where fragments are grown and transplanted onto damaged reefs, are helping to regenerate lost areas. Marine protected areas provide safe havens for fish populations to recover. And innovative research is uncovering heat-resistant coral strains that may withstand future warming. Perhaps most inspiring are the stories of people working hand in hand with nature. In Fiji, villagers have revived ancient reef management traditions, closing off sections of reef to fishing and watching marine life return in abundance. In Florida, teams of divers painstakingly plant new corals, one piece at a time, breathing life back into once bleached expanses. The survival of coral reefs is a testament to the interconnectedness of life on Earth. As we strive to protect these underwater rainforests, we safeguard not only marine biodiversity, but the livelihoods and cultures of millions who depend on healthy oceans. The future of coral reefs depends on our actions today, a legacy of beauty, resilience and wonder for generations to come. In the heart of the savannah and the shade of ancient forests, a family moves in quiet procession. These are elephants, giants not only in size but in heart, memory and mind. Their social lives are among the most intricate in the animal kingdom, woven together by bonds of loyalty and love that span decades and generations. At the center of every elephant family is the matriarch, a wise and experienced female whose memory guides her herd through times of plenty and hardship. She remembers the locations of distant waterholes, the pathways to safety, and the lessons of seasons past. Around her, daughters, sisters and calves form a tight-knit circle, each individual cared for and protected by the group. Communication among elephants is both subtle and profound. They rumble low and deep, sending vibrations through the ground, sounds that can travel for miles, carrying news of danger, discovery or reunion. With a touch of a trunk or a gentle nudge, they comfort the grieving, celebrate the newborn, and maintain a harmony that echoes through their every action. Researchers like Dr. Cynthia Moss have spent lifetimes observing these magnificent creatures. She recalls a moment when an elephant family, separated by a river's flood, called to one another through the night, their voices mingling in a chorus of hope until sunrise brought them back together. In another story, an orphaned calf was adopted by her aunt, who never left her side, guiding her gently back to the herd's embrace. Elephants have been seen mourning their dead, pausing in silent vigil beside the bones of lost relatives. They remember old friends and recognize humans who have shown them kindness or cruelty. Their intelligence rivals that of dolphins and great apes, and their capacity for empathy is the stuff of legend. Yet the world of elephants is not without threat. Poaching, habitat loss and human conflict have fractured many herds, leaving scars that linger for generations. Still, stories abound of resilience and hope. In Kenya, conservationists have helped reunite families separated by fences, while in India, villagers have learned to coexist with their gentle neighbours, respecting ancient migration paths. The social lives of elephants remind us of the power of connection, the strength found in family, the wisdom passed from elder to youth, and the healing that comes from compassion. To protect elephants is to honour a legacy of intelligence, emotion and community that stretches back through the ages and forward into a future we all share. In the wild, survival often depends on the ability to remain unseen. Across continents and oceans, animals have evolved astonishing camouflage strategies, nature's own disappearing act. Whether hiding from predators or stalking prey, creatures of all shapes and sizes blend seamlessly into their surroundings, using colour, texture and even movement to vanish from view. On the forest floor, the leaf-tailed gecko is a master of disguise. Its jagged body and mottled skin mirror the bark and leaves, making it nearly invisible to both predator and prey. In the deserts of North Africa, the sand-coloured fur of the fennec fox allows it to melt into rolling dunes, while the snowshoe hare's coat turns white in winter, matching the snowy landscape. But camouflage isn't just about colour. Some animals, like the octopus, can change both their hue and texture in an instant. Using specialised skin cells called chromatophores, they ripple through a spectrum of patterns, vanishing against coral reefs or rocky outcrops. The mimic octopus takes this a step further, shifting its shape and movement to imitate lionfish, sea snakes or flatfish, confusing predators with a living illusion. In the open ocean, the leafy sea dragon drifts among swaying kelp, its frond-like appendages fluttering in perfect harmony with the currents. Closer to shore, the decorator crab covers itself with shells, algae and even bits of sponge, transforming into a moving patch of sea floor. Camouflage can also be a game of shadow and light. The countershading found in sharks and penguins, dark above, pale below, breaks up their outline, making them harder to spot from above or below. Some fish, like the flounder, bury themselves in sand, leaving only their eyes exposed, while cuttlefish can flash bold warning stripes or melt into the background in the blink of an eye. Scientists study these adaptations not only to understand evolution, but to inspire new technology, from military uniforms to adaptive materials. In every habitat, the art of camouflage is a silent contest, a dynamic interplay between hunter and hunted, seen and unseen. It is a testament to the ingenuity of life and a reminder that in nature, what we don't see is often just as extraordinary as what we do. Beneath the rolling waves, the true giants of our planet roam, aquatic titans whose lives are woven into the very fabric of the oceans. Whales, the largest animals ever to exist, travel thousands of miles across open seas in vast ancient migrations. Humpback whales embark on epic journeys from polar feeding grounds to tropical breeding waters, navigating with uncanny precision, guided by the stars, Earth's magnetic field, and the faintest echoes that travel for hundreds of miles underwater. But size alone does not define their majesty. Whales are extraordinary communicators. Humpbacks compose haunting songs that can last for hours, their melodies echoing through the deep as a symphony of clicks, whistles and moans. Blue whales, the largest creatures on Earth, produce calls so low they are felt as much as heard, vibrations that can traverse entire ocean basins. These vocalizations are not just beautiful. They carry vital information, connecting individuals across vast distances and generations. Whales are also architects of the ocean's health. As they feed in the depths and surface to breathe, their movements stir nutrients, fueling blooms of plankton that sustain entire food webs. Their waste, rich in iron and nitrogen, fertilizes the sea, supporting the smallest organisms and in turn the largest. Even in death, whale falls become islands of life on the ocean floor, nourishing a hidden world for decades. Marine biologists continue to uncover the secrets of these enigmatic beings, from the intricate social bonds of orcas to the mysterious navigation of grey whales. Whales remind us of the interconnectedness of all life in the sea and the importance of protecting their fragile habitats. In their presence we glimpse not only the power and grace of evolution, but the enduring mystery of the deep. As ocean giants glide silently through the blue, they invite us to look closer, listen deeper, and remember that the heartbeat of the ocean echoes in every whale song.